So here we have an article from Fox News published yesterday, or it says one day ago. It says Mayorkas says not all 1.2 million legal immigrants with final removal orders should be deported. Mayorkas calls the immigration system broken, and he looks like he's probably Hispanic. So that's the thing about the illegal immigrants. They have a lot of people in high places, such as our politicians, fighting on their behalf. And that's just something that African-American / ADOS peoples do not have. And I'm trying to get away from calling us African-Americans because I heard that Obama created a new designation for us where basically everyone who comes over here, no matter what country they're from, if they're black, they can call themselves African-American. So we have to delineate and say that we are ADOS. So Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro, yes, he's of Hispanic or Latin, whatever you want to call it, descent. Mayorkas told the Senate Judiciary Committee Tuesday that the American immigration system is broken. Of course it's broken because your people want to flood our country that my ancestors built, and it just doesn't work that way. You can't just run into people's countries and demand citizenship. So while stating that not all of the 1.2 million legal immigrants with final removal orders should be deported, they absolutely should be deported, and they should be entering the country the correct way. So committee ranking member Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican of Iowa, pointed to a September 30th memo in which Mayorkas said the fact that an individual is a removable non-citizen should not alone be the basis of an enforcement action against them. Grassley then asked if this still applied to those who already have final removal order against them. We cannot remove 1.2 million individuals, Mayorkas said, speaking to the impracticability of deporting so many people. He then called into question the validity of those orders. I would not necessarily accept the fact that all of them have received due process, he said. Of course you would. Of course you would say that. And he looks like a full-on white man. That's why I'm sick of the whole Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Native American. They're all like either white or black, if we're really going to be honest. So when asked if any of the 1.2 million people should be deported, Mayorkas said those who pose a public safety threat, who pose a national security threat, who pose a border security threat should be deported from the U.S. Well, they pose a border security threat because they came over here illegally. They pose a national and public safety threat because we don't know their background. They're not citizens, so you don't know who these people are. They're just in our country like ghosts, and they could commit crimes and run their ass back across the border to Mexico, never to be seen or heard from again. And that's not acceptable. That's not the way America needs to be running our country. It's going to do nothing but bring our country down. So Senator Chris Coons, Democrat of Delaware, defended DHS's use of prosecutorial discretion in deciding which deportation cases to pursue. Coons claimed that an approach that effectively makes any undocumented immigrant a priority is actually making no one a priority. Mayorkas agreed, arguing that discretion is warranted both because DHS has limited resources and also because it is a matter of justice not to prioritize those who have become contributing members of our society. Again, that's not how it works. You cannot just wander in people's country, and because you had a good job, you maintained a good job somehow for 10 years, now you don't have to be held accountable for breaking federal laws. It just doesn't work that way. So Senator Cory Booker, the Democrat of New Jersey, asked about those the administration was deporting under Title 42, under which the CDC calls for people from certain countries to be kept out of the U.S. out of concern of spreading coronavirus. Booker asked if the administration might rescind that order, but Mayorkas said they do not plan to do so. Senator, the CDC conducted an independent study with respect to the Title 42 authority, he said. It determined that the public health imperative required its continued use. The Delta variant was a very significant reason. So I don't really get what they're talking about as far as, hold on a second. So they say Senator Cory Booker asked about those the administration was supporting under the Title 42. Okay, so Booker was saying that some of them are getting deported under Title 42, which calls for anyone like with CDC country, any people from CDC countries need to be kept out of the U.S. for concern of spreading coronavirus. And of course, here comes Mayorkas saying it was an independent study, so he's trying to discredit that the study that created the Title 42 authority, and then it says it determined that the public health imperative required us to continue use. Okay, so anyways, Mayorkas is basically a white Latino that's trying to allow all his brethren to be taking over our country, which is America. And that's just not cute. I mean, I'm so sick of the immigrants coming over here. They don't speak English. They don't really integrate that well and into our country. And they're just trying to just bombard us. And the Democrats, it feels illegal at this point how they, especially the CBC, because you're not supposed to be fighting for everybody and mama, but it's like they just, I mean, you can, but make it clear you are the Congressional Minority Caucus, not Black Caucus. You don't fight for just Black people. And so I feel like they should definitely make sure they are just following our laws and not circumventing the system for their own personal gain, which is to get these votes from these illegal immigrants. I feel like that's a lot of what is going on here. Are the Democrats are allowing these people to come in, one, to erase ADOS and replace us, and to get those votes from these illegal immigrants. And that's, to me, that's unconstitutional. It's just not right to try to replace and erase people who were already here and the people who very descendants of the people who built the country.